banks are legally required to provide you $250,000 in funding without having any documents. And all you need is an LLC and EIN number. Now, obviously, you have to structure it and optimize it properly to make sure that you receive the amount of funding that you are eligible for. Now, every time I talk about getting people approved for $250,000 in 0% funding with absolutely no documents, automatically people have limiting beliefs and think that I'm lying. So I want to make sure in this video I cover each and every single thing that requires you to go ahead and acquire $250,000 in 0% funding with absolutely no documents. I've helped hundreds of businesses acquire $250,000 in funding. You can look at the results in my Discord, and I'm going to run you through this exact process step by step as to how to acquire 0% funding, and also help you understand exactly where to place your money to get guaranteed returns. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. And if you do get real value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button, hit that subscribe, and share this video with someone that really wants help and I can change their life. So now, first of all, you need to set up an LLC. Having a proper business structure in place is really important for you to funnel that funding. And there's a couple things you need to make sure to set up this business properly. One of them, you need to have a corporate email address. Number two, you need to have a corporate phone number starting from 1-800. Now, number three, you need to make sure that your business is seasoned and optimized for getting the maximum fundability. Now, what do I mean by that? Some of the businesses that are starting off can be eligible for less fundability, but we want to make sure that we get your businesses qualified for the maximum fundability. And one of the ways you could do that is by reporting trade lines onto your business. Or you could also acquire an age corp, which is more seasoned. Acquiring an age corp can be a little complicated, but that is one of the ways you can maximize your fundability, because now the entity that you're acquiring, it's a blank corp that has a lot of age attached to it. A lot of the times lenders will look at how many years have you been in business, and you can prove that by adding or incorporating an age corp. Now, if you have any questions about age corp, feel free to DM me on Mr. Fundable and I will go ahead and give you some solid information. Number two, you need actual real connections with the underwriters at the banks, and also need private lenders to go ahead and get you approved for funding. Now, having an underwriter doing a manual underwriting process on your application can get you anywhere from 5 to 10 times more approval than actual normal application. Typically, these underwriters are only accessible to elite businesses, but I have sent so many clients to my underwriters and I have built a strong reputation with the underwriters. So if you're trying to maximize your fundability, feel free to reach out to me and I will connect you with my underwriters. Now that we have talked about how to actually go ahead and set up your entity properly, have the right connections at the banks, and also having right lenders at your disposal to go ahead and get you $250,000 in funding, now I want to talk about how to leverage this funding to create more income. Now, you might have heard me talk about this all the time, using debt to make money. Now, I want to prove that to you guys, that you can actually go ahead and use the funding that you received into passive income opportunities like acquiring Airbnb properties, arbitraging from someone else, using other people's properties to go ahead and make money. Now, I've seen a lot of people make advantage of this arbitrage model, and this particular model really works if you know how to do this or set this up properly. You can do rental arbitrage, or you can do Airbnb arbitrage, or you can also do vacational properties that you can list out in a really good location and list that on Airbnb. Now, besides the arbitrage model, you can invest in something called fix and flip automation, where you can receive guaranteed return on investment in less than 14 weeks. If you want to know more about the fix and flip and arbitrage model, go ahead and reach out to me on Instagram or join my Discord to actually find out what exactly my investors are invested into and how many opportunities we have available right now. So I hope this video makes sense and you were able to take some actions into acquiring $250,000 in funding with no documents. And I hope it all makes sense. And if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me on Instagram, Mr. Fundable, and I will go ahead and help you out on this entire process.